Hi all, welcome to this video. In this video, we'll be seeing AWS command line interface. So we'll be configuring this command line interface in some EC2 instances. There are different ways to configure this command line interface and run some of the AWS command. So we'll be covering AWS instance profile. We'll be covering IAM user and we'll be configuring the CLI as well. So let's start this video. So first of all, a quick theory about it. So what is a command line interface or CLI? So basically, CLI is a unified tool to manage your AWS services. So you can manage your AWS resources via console, via interactive way. You can log into the AWS console and create some resources and manage some EC2 instances. All these things you can do via console, and you can also these actions via CLI also. So you can manage your AWS services via CLI. It is just you have to download this CLI and configure it, and then you can control your multiple services from that command line only. So in this video, we will be configuring the CLI on EC2 instances, and we'll see there are different ways EC2 instances can talk to these services, like it can use instance profile or it can use IAM user as well. So what is the instance profile? So basically instance profile is a container for an IAM role. So you cannot pass an IAM role directly to the EC2 instance. So you have to create an instance profile for that. And IAM role has all the required permissions so that it can interact to other services. And the most important part is that there is only one IAM role that can be attached to the instance profile. So, so you cannot have more than one role to the instance profile. And next is IAM user. So again, IAM user is an entity or that you create in AWS. So IAM user represent human user or workload which is interacting with AWS. So with IAM user, you can log into the AWS console and you can do a lot of actions. But here our area of interest is the access keys because we'll be connecting to AWS programmatically. So for that we'll create some access key for that IAM user and we'll use those keys to communicate with the services. So these are two methods we'll be covering in this video. So let's start this video. So this is the AWS console and currently I'm into the EC2 dashboard. So I have currently one instance running. So I'll be connecting to this instance and trying to run some AWS CLI commands. So if I just go to this instance detail, so I can see there is a public IP. So I'll just take this IP and try to connect to it. Select the keys. So I'm connected here. I'll just log in using the default user. Since this is an EC2 instance, so by default AWS CLI should be available. See, it is available because it comes by default installed on EC2. So in order to use it, first of all, you can see what all possible options you have. So you can do AWS help I'll just run it again. So you can see what all services you can control or work with via this. So here is the list of available services. Like you can, I think, work with most of the services from CLI. And suppose I want to work with AWS S3, then I can take S3 related help here. So I can see what all options I have with S3, such as I can do AWS S3 CP, LS, MV. So these things we can do. And finally, if I suppose I want to do AWS S3 CP, then I can take further help. So this will take me one level down and I can see what all arguments are available for CP. So suppose I try to run AWS S3 LS from here. So unable to locate the credential, you can configure credentials by using AWS configure. So this is error because this is expected basically because we have not configured the AWS with access keys, neither we have added the instance profile. So first let's test with the instance profile. So this is my instance. I'll check first the instance profile if there is any. So currently no instance profile is there. So I have one instance profile already created. I'll choose this. Currently this instance profile has admin access. So I'll just update this thing. Now I try to run the same command again. So I'm able to get the output. So it has listed all my S3 buckets. So currently I have only 2 buckets in my account. All the buckets in my account as of now. So similarly, you can run some other commands because we have already configured the instance profile that is being used to fetch the data from AWS. Now next thing I'll do, I'll just remove the instance profile from my public instance. And I'll try to run the same command again. So it is failing. And next use case I'll be using the access key, and for this purpose I'll be creating one IAM user. So I go to users, I'll add a user here, let's say my session user, and I don't need console access. Attach policies directly, I'll attach this admin access. Next, create user. So this will create my user, and now I have my user created and I need the access keys, and for this you have to go to the security credentials tab, and here you can see there are no access keys as of now, and you can create one. So if I do AWS configure, it needs access key ID first, and for this we have to create the keys. So I'll just create access keys that will be used as a part of CLI. I'll copy this access key and add it here. Next we need secret access key, and this is the value. I'll copy it here and I'll add it. Region default, output format default. Now I can try to run the same command AWS S3 ls, and see it is giving me an output, and this time it is using the keys for this function. And if I just go ahead, I can go ahead and disable these keys. I'll just click on done and go to security credentials. These are my key pairs. I'll just go and deactivate this. Currently the key status is inactive, and I can try to run the same command and it is not working because the access key ID provided does not exist in our records. So that's it. So the purpose of this video is not to go in depth CLI, but just wanted to show how you can configure your CLIs and different ways you can do it. But my recommendation is that always go for instance profile, because that is a better way to interact with CLI rather than access keys. So thanks for watching this video. If you like this content, then please do like, share and subscribe this channel. And if you want me to make some video on any particular topic, then please do mention that in the comment section. I'll definitely make a video for that.